Damn Fool Chronicles back again. You know what I'm saying? But like I'm gonna say, everything about this is entirely fake. Damn Fool is a fictitious character. That's basically that's what it is. All the points of views is from a fictional character. So get the disclaimer out the way first. You know what I'm saying? So the lines don't get crossed between me and his rhetoric. But like I say, little brother got the talent out the world, and he motivate me too. And my daughter motivate me, and my friend girl is like a companion. Lick the envelopes, man. You know what I'm saying? Sign the mail. Get these invitations out to people. You know what I'm saying? Her daughter is going to school to be a journalist. So wow, you perfect for start your journalist job right here. So we had all the ducks in a row, man, going to get this, this empire kicked off. And it wasn't until then, until I seen the same evil that I was dealing with on from a long range, started feeling like it had closed in on me. This could all be some schizophrenia. I hope like fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? But like I say, man, I was perfectly cool with all of our relationships. But it's like every time I want to go further is when I get attacked the most. You know what I'm saying? So needless to say, I'll say, man, and all these Facebook friends, man, all the posts started playing toward my psychosis. You know what I'm saying? Which let me know that all around me, man, is like bots. It's like when you watch Star Wars, and I can't remember which Star Wars episode it was, but I think it was Darth Sidious. I think whichever one is the main motherfucker. They took who was that they took, man? I can't even remember the whole story. Like I said, part of this thing is your mind ain't 100% intact. You still got a little bit of intelligence, but everything, certain parts of it you just can't get to. But anyway, he told him, hey man, if you think, cause what it is about Star Wars is that it was two alliances. One alliance took over the whole thing, but nobody knew it yet. You know what I'm saying? So as the what do you got? The Jedi's was supposed to be like the good guys. They were far and few in between, but they were still fighting for what was right. But what they didn't know was it wasn't no more right. Everything that was right had sold out to the alliance. You know what I'm saying? So while they fighting, they ain't realizing that everything got something to do with everything that has any kind of power can be thrown at them any time. And I know he went and told them, hey man, and if you think they can get past that, wait till they see my clone on me. And he opened up a hatch that showed a ship that looked big as a whole city, man, big as a whole world. It was far as I could see, full of clones, agents, fake people, that they was talking about sicking on the Jedi's. So in other words, that's literally what this felt like. Like now. So everything that I communicate with is not a what's the word I'm looking for? It's not an intimate conversation. All the conversations are, I don't know how much privacy is involved in anything. You know what I'm saying? So now, just your whole life is, you feel like you're on trial, man. Your whole life. It's like imagine having to go to court for murder, and you know you didn't commit the murder. You know what I'm saying? But everything about you screams murderer. You know what I'm saying? Hey man, when I'm watching a movie, I cheer for the villain. When I listen to music, I like the hardest of the hard, man. I like for a motherfucker to describe in full detail what's going on, why it's going on, and what's the goal of getting what's going on. So, you understand what I'm saying? When I'm looking at a movie, I like horror movies. You know what I'm saying? I like action movies. So, when I tell jokes, I like dirty jokes. I like dark humor. You know what I'm saying? But when you get put in a position of the whole world is against you, dark humor kind of loses its spike, because it ain't like ain't like just a random act of comedy that you can take part in. Now the comedy got something to do with personal feelings between you and whoever you dealing with. The music don't have the same, anonymous type feel to it, because the person that's looking at you is looking at you through the lenses of a person that don't have no privacy. You understand what I'm saying? So how could you rap about having keys and nigga, you go to work every day? Like, I know you go to work every day because you under surveillance. You know what I'm saying? So, how could you laugh about this here or that there when in your life you can be the opposite of that at any moment in time? The opposite of that could happen. And you don't have anything to say about it, anything to do about it. So it's a very debilitating. It's very stressful. You know what I'm saying? Walk through life and not have no privacy. Conduct cordial conversation with somebody that's disrespectfully in your life, disrespectfully. You know what I'm saying? Especially, I ain't no little dude. I'm 350 pounds, man. 350 pounds of brick. You know what I'm saying? So that ain't saying that you're tough by any means. But that's just saying that if you want to give somebody a bad day, they can think of something better to do than to get caught up in the ring with with somebody who, really not I'm not really opposed to ass whoopings, man. I'm not. You know what I'm saying? So, that's what it is. So, but you humble yourself a lot, because you are constantly under a gun. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a weird feeling, man. So yeah. So the thing is, you don't know if the game is out to get you, or if the game is really with you, and or if anything could be positive about it, because ultimately it's all bad. Ain't nothing positive about it. But it has to be a bright side. You have to look at it from a perspective of, okay, so you got to get along with this. You got to make friends with certain things being a part of your life, because no matter what, until you can find the catalyst, you have no control over it. You know what I'm saying? If I could take a motherfucking tweezer and crack my skull and get them motherfucker out, I would. You know what I'm saying? I would risk my life to end it. You know what I'm saying? In hopes of getting back on track. But with just sitting in complete, total darkness, it's not an answer. It's basically you have to just make do with what's going on. You know what I'm saying? And try to pray, even though your prayers get intercepted. Hope it gets to the right place. You understand what I'm saying? And that's all you really have to go on is hope. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're in a bit of a conundrum. And when I say, you know, I just turn this bitch on to ramble. I ain't really got nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying? I just say, oh, what inspired the whole thing? It wasn't even recorded when I was talking about it. I just called Brother Polite on the Breakfast Club. And yeah, man, it inspired me because it's just something about it inspired me, man. And which is weird, man. So but all the Black Power niggas, and I tell you what's crazy, man. It really tripped me out because I really don't get no praise for it. I really don't get no praise, no dap, or no. Man, I could walk these streets broke as fuck. You know what I'm saying? But if motherfuckers knew that, you know what I'm saying, the game came from me and knew my story, I wouldn't have to speak on it because it'd already be understood. You understand what I'm saying? But I think that people don't understand. I think that as it unravels, see, I don't want you to get it misconstrued because I tell you the people around me are disingenuous. I feel like a disingenuous. Then I'll tell you they don't know what's going on. And what I mean by that is, it's like I want to say like Belly when DMX had to kill the preacher. But I'll say if somebody on the street, right, would tell you 50 Cent got a hit on the dude, and we all in on it. So, don't tell him. Or Oprah got a reality show on this guy's life, but he don't know what it's all about. Do you want to sign up for it? You can get paid for the rest of your life. Most of these motherfuckers they too poor. They don't really have no foresight to say, well, my nigga, I'm a real estate agent. I'm fine without that kind of bullshit. You know what I'm saying? These people, man, are on welfare and got hoop dreams and drug dealers. They like, nigga, hell yeah. I'll take some motherfucking income though. Pretty much be a babysitter for this nigga. You fucking right. So in hindsight, I don't think people are, 100% aware of the implications and, like what does selling your soul even mean? You know what I'm saying? Like what does worshiping the devil mean? I pray every day. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think people are even looking at it from, because if it wasn't me, I probably wouldn't be looking at it from a point of view. I would look at it from a point of view of if I was in the industry. But just running soldier to soldier with a nigga, I couldn't see myself being a fuckboy to him. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to end this just by saying, man, it's a bounty on niggas. You know what I'm saying? And when I look at rich niggas, I think maybe you done got money off how many lives you done fucked up. How many people you done sold PCP? How many people you done put lead in their water, fluoride in their water, fucked up their life, fucked up their whole everything. You know what I'm saying? And it's super insensitive for somebody to you got to think, man, I'm a regular dude. I would love to tell you that I did something, you know what I'm saying, that triggered this response. But before I was able to do anything, this shit was already in motion. So before I got into the activist work, frame of thought, before I even knew what a Pan-African was, this shit was already happening. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't a good enough rapper to think, oh man, it's because, nigga, You rap so good, you so deep. You know, I do think I had mass appeal. You know what I'm saying? Like, as far as my ego would love to believe that something that I did was so well that it made motherfucker wanna study me and say, hey man, you know, that's the dude right there we don't want. You know what I'm saying? Because I made a declaration when I was a kid that I can cure poverty. I can cure poverty with my generation just off this rap shit. If all of us rap and all of us support each other and take this shit from city to city, if Dallas niggas are intriguing to North Carolina niggas, then North Carolina niggas can feed Dallas niggas. If Dallas niggas intrigued by Oakland niggas, we can, you know what I'm saying? Basically, what's happening right now, I seen this in 90, 91. You know what I'm saying? So, I made the declaration back then. Not saying that that's the reason. It might be given too much credit. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this. For everything I wanted to do, they put somebody in place to fill that void for me. You know what I'm saying? So anyway. So when you like back to Brother Polite, you know, you hear cats and they take the study and the knowledge and they take it to a complicated place. You know what I'm saying? A place where average people, you know, probably brain get tired, you know what I'm saying, before they even get to it. I know I can't listen to these niggas talk ad nauseum, but I done broke down a lot of what they saying before they say it. You know what I'm saying? So I can pick up on some of the shit just off osmosis, just because I done already been through several conversations talking about subjects that I'm interested in. You know what I'm saying? So I can kind of follow these cats a little bit. And also, it's so closely related, you know what I'm saying, to my, you know, personalized you know, I use words like torture and torment, but that really ain't what it is. I don't want to use them kind of words. I don't want to be plagued with it. That's why I say it's fictional. I don't want to attach myself to anything negative. I try to attach myself to everything positive, even the negative shit, which is why this shit confuses me in the first place. You know what I'm saying? Because I never been a negative person, ever. I'm saying, even when I was doing positive shit, I was positively doing negative shit. You know what I'm saying? Which, when you look at the system, that is the enemy of the system. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's the enemy of the system, man. You know, back to the very beginning of this recording, I said, you would ask yourself, what make you think all this shit got something to do with you? And I broke down to you the simplest way to break it down. Well, when you look at the chaos, man, and you go to YouTube, when you look at all this ridiculousness, and you don't see very many groups of African Americans behaving like they got any kind of sense, like they got any kind of unified front that's trying to be taken seriously. You know what I'm saying? Unless they in court or something. You know, you go to these talk shows, you know, all the callers sound stupid as fuck. Everybody got speech impediments, you know what I'm saying? Everybody's so wild and over the top. And this is what I recognized back in fucking way back. You know what I'm saying? Like the you know, what got me interested in the whole talking and shooting from the hip shit was Joe Rogan. But I even knew Joe Rogan had way more game and way more knowledge. I knew his shit was coded. You know what I'm saying? Even around the people, I think the people that was with him was pretty much uninitiated. He was the only initiated one. So he spoke the game, but he spoke the game in such a clear language that I said, man, I want to get with Rogan. See, I always looked at the game. I always wanted to be in the club. You know what I'm saying? So I was always trying to figure a way to separate myself from the pack. So I always have went and got inspiration from somewhere outside of my immediate environment. That's how I roll, man. I listen to New York rappers, not because I wish I was New York or I want to be like a New York rapper, but the stuff that they say spawns thought because it comes from a thought that's totally different from my next door neighbor. You know what I'm saying? I don't have nothing against my next door neighbor. I like his music too, but his music, I only listen to his music when I'm just chilling. Mainly, I'm trying to get inspired. And to get inspired, I had to get inspired from a thought that's not that takes me a little bit further than where I already am. You know what I'm saying? Don't mean better. You know what I'm saying? So basically, I'm saying if I'm playing basketball, you know what I'm saying, and I'm playing basketball every day, then I want to play football. You know what I'm saying? Sometime. And hell, I want to play football and basketball. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to just play one sport. So anyway, shit, man, I don't forgot where I was at. Say, man, you know, I enjoyed the little old talk. You know, a lot of this stuff be bottled in. You really don't get a chance to say it out loud. You don't have nobody to say it to. You don't want to go to no. I would love to go to a counselor, but you know, they cost money. You know what I'm saying? Anything state funded is probably more to hurt you than to help you. You know what I'm saying? So this is quite a bit of a thing. I'm just hoping that, you know, it get into the right hands. I'm hoping when, you know, the right people hear it. I already told you my kids, so it's no secret there. I'm hoping that when they see it, they can sift through it and they can get past mental illness, they can get past schizophrenia, and they can find the truth, you know what I'm saying, in these diamonds about who their old man was, how far he got, you know what I'm saying, what he was dealing with, and hopefully, man, they can be proud of him. Because somebody in high places, it just seems like they don't want nobody to appreciate me, man, you know, and appreciate what I do. You know, I ain't never thought of myself as a large-in-life individual. I just wanted to mean something. I don't give a damn who I mean it to. I don't give a fuck how. You know, that's what's so crazy about this, man. These motherfuckers don't even want you, you know, to raise your own kids. You know, they want to get. So it's a weird thing, man. You can feel the opposition from so many different angles. So y'all don't even know about the chemical warfare or biological warfare that's going on, man. I was with my daughter the other day, and we were just chopping up game. She was telling me about the Bible, and you know, we just having a good time, really. You know what I'm saying? But you know, just something in me, man. Whenever I hear her say something that's too far, I like to get on track a little bit. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, and hey, man, like I say, I guess I'll talk about it later. You know what I'm saying? Because the connotation had too many different undertones. But after I left her that night, I had to deal with some more, a different type of warfare. That's why I say, man, whatever these motherfuckers got that can control your body and control your movement and control your thoughts. When I left from there with the most positive attitude in the world. You know, you always feel like $1,000,000 when you hang out with your kid and your kid appreciates your company. But, you know, I got home and I was dealing with some more issues. So, you know, you have to say, man, I wanted did those have anything to do? Did that have anything to do with, you know, this whole mix up and all this old crazy shit that I'm dealing with. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But I guess I'm gonna go on and get up off here, man. I can't think of no more detail I want to go in. And yeah, this just a little old ramble, man. This is a little ramble, and hopefully, man, nobody else have to pretty much deal with this shit. Hopefully, I can get through this shit. Pray for me, you know what I'm saying, to come out on the other side, come out of this shit looking good, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of things, man, you learn not to care so much about. The main thing you want is a fulfilled life, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's what I pray for, man. I pray to open my eyes, and things are fulfilled. You know, things would never be perfect. It's a lot of trauma already. You know what I'm saying? You know, going into the game with trauma already. So just pray that in some kind of way, man, it wouldn't even be no need, you know what I'm saying, for anybody to hear. For me to leave these footprints for anybody to to look up, because business can go well. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you get a little bit of light. You know, you learn why things are the way that they are. You know what I'm saying? But and that's a quest, man. That's something I always want to know. You know, you know. I guess I can tell you, man. I just try to give you analogies for one, to say when you say why, and that's far fetched for you to think like that. They've been writing about this stuff for years, man. I guarantee you I ain't the only person that go through this. It's just that we so few and far between from so many different walks of life, we'll probably never get to meet each other or see each other. But when you look at the old Kung Fu movie, you know what I'm saying, the old cartoons where the motherfucker had to fight all the way to get to the top of the mountain and finally get to the last motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it'd be a fight of his life. But that's the person he fought all them other people just to get to that last person. You know what I'm saying? I mean, this is the age-old tale. You know what I'm saying? So right now, I'm just sitting here, man, looking at the game. I'm trying to figure out what's the next move. You know what I'm saying? Because, of course, you don't want to live an unfulfilled life. You know what I'm saying? But you don't want to go through biological, chemical warfare, quiet warfare. You know what I'm saying? While you running out here calling yourself being a revolutionary or whatever, and all your moves are ineffective. That's foolish, man. That's real foolish. And it just don't make no sense whatsoever. So you trying to figure out what is the game being played? Where do you even fit in the game? And if you don't fit nowhere, hey man, you know, can you at least give me some kind of explanation? Something to figure out, you know what I'm saying? Compensate me some kind of way. Because like I say, man, it's a lot of money being spent just to show me that these motherfuckers are here and fucking with me. You know what I'm saying? So, but, you know, ain't nobody telling me nothing. So it's the Truman Show live, man. Coming at you live, you know. Real live Truman Show. And I also wonder who the fuck, you know, they trying to build off me too, man. There's a lot of shit you wonder about. But shit, I would have this little bill with you, man. Damn fool out.